When dogs experience a burst of emotion, whether they're excited, they're anxious, they're happy, one of the things their kind of natural instinct to do is to jump. If you ever see two dogs that really know each other well and love playing together, when they greet each other, a lot of times they will jump up with their front paws in the air and sort of they meet together and then they just sort of jump around on each other and play. And that's something that dogs naturally do. So when you come home from work, when somebody comes into your home as a guest, your dog's excited and he's trying to greet them the best way that he knows how. Obviously, as humans, we don't enjoy that. So it's hard to teach that or to unteach something that's a natural instinct like that, but you can train your dog not to jump on people. It's definitely something that takes patience and absolute consistency. You need to work on this every single time. I know some people like to train their dog and they'll say up or jump and train their dog to kind of jump up with their front paws. If you're trying to teach your dog not to do that, training them to do that, it's kind of counterbalancing. And I know that sounds like common sense, but a lot of people, they want kind of the best of both worlds. They want a dog that doesn't jump and get excited and jump on you when you walk through the door, but a dog that they can have jump up on them when they want to. If you have a dog who is a problem jumper, you don't want to work on having them jump up on you as a command, at least not for the really relative future. So first you want to work on getting them to not jump ever on anybody, whether you're out for a walk and they get excited to see someone or somebody comes into your home. You're going to make sure that you really get that solidly ingrained in them that it's not okay to jump on people. And then further down the road, if that's something that you want to train them to do, it would take some training and you have to use a command so that they know when the appropriate time to jump is. I don't teach any of my dogs to jump up because I don't want them to confuse those two things. I want them to keep all 4 feet on the ground all the time. Pushing down on a dog actually stimulates play. So you'd never want to put your hands on your dog when he's jumping because he sees that physical contact as something that's exciting and he wants to keep playing with you. What you want to do when your dog jumps up on you is just turn your back to them. You want to show them that that behavior is not acceptable and you're not going to be touching them, giving them any physical contact and giving them what they want. So you're going to turn your back to them and then you're going to say, sit. Now I do have a video on command training. Obviously Sadie's not a jumper and she knows how to sit, but it's physically impossible for your dog to jump if he's sitting. So you want to give him a command like sit, Sadie, sit. Because that's going to stop the unwanted behavior. Now you can tell Sadie's really riled up and very excited right now. So she's not a jumper, but if she were, this would be the time that she'd be kind of bouncing around. So if you say sit or give them a command, if your dog knows lay down, you could do the same thing. But you want to give them a command that requires them to have all 4 paws on the floor and physically be impossible for them to jump up. Do not interact with your dog until all 4 paws are on the floor and he's settled down a little bit because you don't want to put your hands on him and then have him bounce right back up. So make sure that he's sitting, he's calmed, you've given him a little bit of a minute to just kind of contain himself, and then you can start interacting with him. If you have a dog that's really extra springy, which some of us do, Joey, this is my little black dog Joey, we had a bad problem with him jumping, and where he's so little, it was really difficult. So if you have the same issue with your dog, what I did with Joey was I used the same procedure, and when people would come to my house is when he would jump. So I would put Joey on a leash when people arrived, and I would have them do the exact same procedure. I would have them turn around when he jumped, ignore him. I would give the command for him to sit, and then they could interact with him once he was sitting and calm. So if you have a dog that's really extra kind of bouncy and it's just one of those dogs that seems like they're always on their back feet just bouncing up, I would definitely recommend using a leash, especially in the beginning, just to help with that and give you more control over the dog.